So here in Nepal we have Daal Bhat twice a day. And what is Daal Bhat? Daal is lentils and Bhat is rice. And so I just started this video because it's just such a good one. It's like a little bit sweet. We've got some, different beans that you wouldn't get them in the West. And, that's the beautiful thing. It's always, something like you just never know what you're going to eat. There's just so many different tarkari options. And, Nepal to me symbolizes real natural strength. I actually like, you hear them saying it a lot, 100 years behind the developed world and stuff, the third world countries, but not, for me, okay, if you want, you can say that, but I always, it comes back to that quote, what's his name, Krishnamurti, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society, so it's a very, very interesting one, isn't it? I myself actually like immersing myself in some back to basics kind of decent humanity that doesn't need to program its own fucking garage lock with its mobile smart device so that before it arrives the door opens. That is not something that I need to be preoccupied with. And not just that, it's not safe. The main thing is, with all of this technology that's now being ramped out, is that it's very poisonous on the human. And it has the potential to be very dangerous and targeted, and that's why it's all being rolled out so fast. That's why I feel safer here, amongst the trees. Kana kayo, Daal Bhat tarkari, amazing. It's the best. It's just the best. Is the mushroom, no, chow. Oh my god. A little bit mushroom, a little bit of, what's this one called? Gondruk. No gondruk. Jimbu, aha. Western people that don't know, eating with the hand is very interesting. If you would have known my upbringing, if you would have started trying to eat with your hands, you'd have been in big trouble. First of all, you have to have your fucking knife and fork in the right order before you can start talking about anything like that. And if that was to happen, you'd be in trouble. But anyway, what you learn when you come to Nepal, one of the basic things is just learning to sit on the floor. Actually, now we're lucky to be sitting at a dining table, but it's nice to be sat on the floor also when you eat food. And actually, that's where I usually sit when I eat. It's just that I happen to be here now in this situation. Anyway, it's not about extremes. It's not about always having to do the same thing. It's about having an awareness of what the best thing is and aiming towards doing that more often. And so for me, sitting on the floor, and so then, there was it's very interesting when you learn to eat with your hand. It opens up your experience of the eating. You're more connected with the food, and it's about love. So the love that's gone into it, you can appreciate it more when you touch it with your hand, because first you touch it, and it might sound silly, but actually no, it's about being connected with the thing that gives you life. It's very, very, very powerful, and we've just been disconnected at every step. I, for one, had a big problem at school. I was always swinging on the chairs, and the teachers were always scolding me, don't swing on that chair. I couldn't help myself. Something to do with that chair didn't make sense to me, and now I know. But it took me all these years to learn, and many problems, from that. So I'm writing a book about it. Hopefully it will be a success. But even if it's not, I will be. Sovereignty. I asked you a question the other day on my Facebook. Do you know what sovereignty means? I mean, the thing is, you can't be lazy in this life. If you want the good things, laziness is your worst. You know, laziness is just a scam. It's you know, you have to throw yourself out the door a little bit, jump out the bed, and yes, let's do it. That's life. That's living life. I just feel like we're becoming so spoiled, and it all lines up. All the dots connect. I practice some yoga practice. I have a better connection with my heart, my body, my soul, all because of the techniques of a different culture that's just way, for me it's way beyond. The Indians, the Nepali, they figured out the science of body. Yoga is a massive fucking thing. We have a lot to learn from each other, Just this colonization and dominating people with all of this kind of madness, it doesn't be needed. It's not needed here. What's needed is sharing, sharing ideas, sharing cultures, learning from each other.
Whatever you want me to be, I'm a bad, bad guru, I'm a bad, bad guru, yeah. Woo-hoo. I'm a bad, bad guru, I'm a bad, bad guru, yeah. Woo-hoo. I'm a bad, bad guru, I'm a bad, bad guru, yeah.
It's not far.